Dear students, now we further talk about our sessions of nervous systems. We go further next lectures. In last lecture we talk about very introductory portions of nervous systems. That in nervous systems, what is central nervous systems, what is peripheral nervous systems, classifications of nervous system, is for physiology, what is grey matter, white matter. We discuss about the everything. Okay. So now we talk about the further in nervous systems. It's also very basic things. That is histology of nervous system. Histology of nervous system means histology of nervous system. Histology means we study about the tissue or cells. So basically in last lecture we talk about nervous systems are basically made up of two types of cells. That is all know basically two types of cells. First types of cell is neuron, and second types of cells it's called as a neuroglia or glial cells. And last lecture, as per our discussions, neuron is a structural and functional cells of nervous systems. So it is a true cells of nervous systems, while glial cells or neuroglial cells is a supportive cells. They give us supports, they give us nutritions and further. So, but basic difference between neurons and glial cells is that neuron cells can produce action potential, or they can produce the impulse. They can produce the electric activity, while glial cells or neuroglial cells cannot produce. They cannot produce action potential. We can say action potential or nerve impulse. What is nerve impulse? Basically, nerve impulse is a electric activity. Suppose this is a nerve fibers. There is a one nerve fibers, and here the next one nerve fibers. Suppose this is a very schematic diagrams for explanations. So what is impulse? Impulse means there is electric activity or travel from one part to the other parts and further go on. So this electric activity only takes place in nerve, means neuron, means nerve cells. So this is a truly structural and functional cells of nervous system, while glial cells cannot produce action potential. But recently studies some glial cells having some very small amount of action potential can be there. So there is some functions of glial cells also. Okay, but basically as per classical examples of impulse generating cells is a neurons. So those cells which can generate, which can transfer, which can conduct the action potential, electric activity, it's called as a neuron. So now today we talk about the neuron, and next lecture we talk about the glial cells. There is a different types of glial cells, and so this is a both are total different topics. Both are asked as a full question. This and this. So this is important for your exam purpose. Ask as a full questions as well as sometimes short notes in some fragment. So now we focus on neuron. What is neuron? As per definitions, neuron is a structural and functional unit of nervous system. So neuron can be classified in various groups. They are classified in various methods. So first of all, neuron. First we talk about the neuron structure. All other cells, neurons also have a same cell body. Okay, so they also have a cell body, but it is something in different in structures. So I draw this neurons here. This is same like other cells, neurons, but difference in neurons is there are some processes. they coming out from cell body. Okay, so this process is they coming out from its body like this. And also the branching. We talk about the neuron structure. So this is also important. In last lecture we explained there is a numbers of neuron in central nervous system is 1 billion, 100 billions. So there is multiple neurons in our central nervous systems. So this is multiple branches come out from the cell body, and they are also divided in further branching. This is branching come out, actually why it's coming out, because they increase the surface area, further increase the surface area of cell body. Because in central nervous systems, one neurons are connected with another neurons. They make connections more than thousands or 5,000 or 10,000 with other neurons. So they are closed circuit, very complex circuit. So to connect it with the more than 5,000, 10,000 neurons, they have a major surface area. So due to that reasons, they increase the surface area by producing some branching. Okay, and one more and long branch coming out from here, but here the somewhat this is a long process, and they also now divide into branching. So this is a typical neurons. So now label the diagram. This small branches which coming out from the cell body, this is called as a dendrites. Dendrites means tree-like. Dendrine means tree-like. It's a branching. So this is the dendrites. This one. This is also dendrites. And a single long process which come out from cell body, this is called as a axon. And there is these portions. This is a cell body. We can also call it a cell body or soma. Cell body also having a same organelles like other cells. They have a nucleus in center. But as per last discussions, neurons cannot multiply because this nucleus cannot contain the centrosome. There is no centrosome. So due to absence of centrosome, neurons cannot multiply. Numbers of neurons are constant in a life. If neurons are die or they can undergo some pathological conditions, if they are decrease in number, they remain same. They can repair in some degree, but they cannot multiply. One neuron cannot multiply, while neuroglia means glia cells, supportive cells can multiply. So whenever tumor form in central nervous systems or brain or anywhere, so those tumors are they are only from glial cells, supportive cells. So if tumor arise in central nervous systems, we can say brain tumor. So it's only from glial cells. There is no neurons tumor arise. Okay? So there is a nucleus. There is some darker in the cells neurons. There is some darker granule scene. Whenever we stand, darker granule scenes. This is actually rough endoplasmic reticulum. It's a endoplasmic reticulum roughs because they attach with the ribosomes. Why it's rough? You know, there's two types of endoplasmic reticulum: smooth and rough. If smooth endoplasmic reticulum attach with the ribosomes, they become rough. So this seen as a darker granules, but it's present only in dendrites and cell body. They are not present in axons. So this darker granules, in some authors they call as a Nizzel's body. Nizzel's body. So this scientist discovered this body. So this is called as a Nizzel's body, and it is nothing but the rough endoplasmic reticulums. They are looking very darker granules. So this is called as a Nizzel's body. Whenever axons are fatigued, that time this Nizzel's body decrease in numbers or they disappear. After sometimes resting, they become reappear. So this is about the Nizzel's body. Then one more thing, there is a mitochondria is there. One more thing, most important thing is there is a neurofilaments presence. Neurofibrils and neurofilaments. This is the protein fibers. They are maintain the shape of neurons. They are present also in axons. So it is a fibers which maintain the shapes of neurons or integrity of neurons. So this is a very basic structure of neurons. One more thing, dendrites, they carrying the impulse toward the cell body from periphery to cell body. So those process which carries the impulse toward the cell body, it's called as a dendrites as per classifications, as per definitions. And axons carries the impulse away from cell body. Okay. Dendrites are in a smaller size, but it is a branching. There is a multiple dendrites, but axons usually one in number. And dendrites is a smaller size, axons is a larger in or long size. Okay. Then whatever branches coming out from cell body, it's called as a nerve fibers, or also called as a neurites. So what is neurites? Neurites is a branching coming out from neuronal cell body. So this dendrites is also neurites, this axon is also neurites. This dendrites and axons both called as a nerve fibers. But classically nerve fibers is a collections of bundles of axons in central nervous system as well as peripheral nervous systems. Okay. So now talk about something about the axons. Axons start from some dilated parts. It's like a hill. You know a hill? So it's start from some like dilated parts, hills. So this is called as the axon hillock. Axon hillock. And axon is a long process. They conduct the impulse and ultimately they terminate in some branchings and they make a synapse or connection between further new neurons or effector. Suppose here the muscles. So they end with the muscles. Whenever they ending they dilated, this dilated part it's called as a terminal buttons or terminal bulb. This terminal buttons or terminal bulbs contain the vesicles, small vesicles which contain the chemical substance. This chemical substance called as a neurotransmitter. Whenever action potential are travel from these axons and they reach into the end part, terminal part of axons, means terminal bulbs, that times this neurotransmitter are released. They release the neurotransmitter here. Means this is a microscopic gap. This is called as a synapse. Okay. This neurotransmitter are released in synapse and they act on further neurons or further effector organs. Okay. For fast conductions, if there is a continuous conductions, they take a times. So for that, neurons or axons develop a special types of characteristics. Suppose this is the axons, I draw. So for fast conductions, they develop a special, and if there is electric activity, so it should be insulated. Suppose in a wire, in our cable, we have insulated our copper wire with a rubber. So this is due to there is no cross connections to avoid the mixing of electric activity. So it should be, there is a electric activity going in axons, so it should be insulated. So they insulated by special types of supporting cells or glial cells like this. This types of cell, this is called as a, this cell is called as a Schwann cell. Schwann cell. And this is a neuroglial cells. And this is called as a myelinations. They produce the myelin protein. So it's a fat, not a protein. This is a myelin. They suppose this is a axons. A myelin is a Schwann cells produce the myelin like this, covering the axons in multiple layers. So they produce the sheath of fatty tissue around the axons. So they produce the insulations as well as they produce the fast conduction from one part to another gap. This size of this Schwann cell is 1 millimeters. Okay. Size of myelin Schwann cell is 1 millimeter. They produce the 1 millimeter myelinations. So there is a gap between two myelin sheath. This is called as a myelin sheath. So there is a gap between two myelin sheath. This gap, this is called as a node of Ranvier. Node of Ranvier. So conductions travel from one node to another node. This type of conduction is called as a saltatory conduction. They increase the velocity of conductions. Without myelin sheath, the rate of velocity of conduction is highly 30 seconds per meter, but with myelinations, velocity is increased up to 100 to 150 meter per second. So this is the increase the 2 to 3 times more in the conductions of nerve impulse. So now we talk about further about the neurons classifications. So have a break.